Greetings and welcome to your Insight Local Government TV. Today we are in the pleasure of having a PR councillor. He will take the stand and really explain who he is and what he does for the living. Mr. Mdu Nkosi is a PR councillor for the political party called the IFP at eThekwini region. Greetings and welcome to the show, Mr. Nkosi.
Greetings, my brother, and to your viewers.
Thank you. Just to put our viewers on a clear point, I would like you to introduce yourself to the viewers.
My name is Mdu Nkosi. I'm a PR councillor of the IFP at eThekwini municipality, and I'm also sitting in the executive committee of eThekwini. I have an office at Cllr Mdu. My office is operational. I have a PA from 7:30 to 4:15. So the community members could flock in at any time, come in and see me. If I'm not there, my PA is there and take the appointments and also the concerns and the complaint of the people. And I do go back to the people and attend to those problems.
Local government is a fairly new concept in South Africa. It's not as old as the democracy, but it came about in the late 90s and in the early 2000s. Since we have been in office, how can you educate us as the public as to what is a councillor and what do councillors do?
Let me start by saying that we have two types of councillors. We have ward councillor, the one that would be voted for and won the ward, and then we have the PR councillor. The PR councillor is a party representative councillor, whereby it depends to the party how many voters did that particular party have achieved, and then they put those people to go there. You are also a councillor like the ward councillor. The difference is that the ward councillor has a budget. If you are a PR, you do not have a budget. But PR councillors, I mean, they are deployed wherever the party wanted to deploy you. But there is no much difference except that a ward councillor is a person that has been voted for, won the ward. But everything is the same in terms of the act and also in terms of the salaries and also the responsibilities, except that the ward councillor have a budget. But I must say that most people doesn't know where their councillors resides, or even they don't even understand where they themselves as communities where they reside. For example, I have an office at Cllr Mdu. A community member will come and ask for a proof of address. You wanted to help that community member. You ask the address. Okay, maybe she or he will tell you the address, but what he doesn't know. And the big challenge is that they don't know their ward councillors. So that's why we come in as PR councillors to close the gap, because we cannot allow the situation whereby community members will go all of the way and look for the councillor. They don't get the councillor, and at the end of the day they don't get the services. So it's about rendering the services. There are different kinds of services that you need to render as a councillor, but it depends whether in these past 4 years people know where can they get to. For my side, everyone in town knows where is Councillor Nkosi's office, because if they go to the banks, all the banks will refer them to me, because all the banks made an arrangement whereby we made our signatures and submitted to them. They will then tell them that go to the IFP councillor, that person will assist you. But I must say that another challenge is that some of us don't do the job properly. What do I say that? If you're a councillor, you need to know all the departments. You need to have contact for all the heads of department. Let me make an example. A community member comes to your office, is having a problem maybe with the roads. You need to know whom to phone. They have a problem with their electricity. There is no electricity in that area they reside. You need to know whom do you communicate within in that area. Also in housing, you need to understand and be clued up. You must have an experience. If you are new joining the municipality, it must be within yourself that I wanted to know. Ask, where can I go to if I need to help the community? Because most of them, they think that a councillor is a person who knows everything. But also it goes together with education. It's very difficult to understand the procedures and the processes in the municipality if you don't have enough education as a councillor. Because, for example, we as councillor, we are required to pass the budget. Now, if you do not understand your role and the importance of passing the budget, you mean that if you refuse or you are not voting for the budget, you mean that that 39.1 billion that we are controlling in the table, you are saying, in terms of the operational, the staff must not get SARA. In terms of the one that services the community, people must not get it. It goes together with the responsibilities. In the IFP, we always support the budget because we are saying, even though there are some of the things that we are not happy about it that are being done by the ruling part, but we cannot be in a side of saying no to the budget. We have to pass the budget, so then the operations must continue, everything must continue. But we also have a responsibility as opposition to be a watchdog and to be the eyes and ears of the people. So then if there are things that have been not done properly, we need to tell the media. Because for me, as this channel, I appreciate that we have this channel because people need to know that how important you guys from the media. And that is our channel as opposition that we need to use to tell the people what is it that is wrong that is being done in the municipality. So basically, if you are a councillor, you need to be known where you are, you need to be responsible, you need to understand the issues and problems of the people, because people, if they come to your office, they cannot go to the MPs or MPLs of office. They even don't know them, but we are closer to the people. So it means you have a responsibility and the duty to know everything that will be required by the people or the community.
Thank you, Mr. Nkosi. That was a very eloquent answer. To be honest with you, questions like that always come up from the public as they do not know these terms and how councillors operate, and you have made it very clear. I now understand what is it that your job entails. But now my question would go into saying, as a public official, you are at most times in engagement with the public. They always come to your office requiring letters, requiring services and stuff. How would you explain the manner in which councillors should respond to the public's issues? How really should councillors take those issues forth or have them in a manner of addressing them?
Well, I must say to you that it's important if you're a councillor to have a diary, because maybe a day you will meet people who have problems with houses. You will meet people who have problems with stormwater. You need to write those problems together. And then on the following day, you know that I'm starting with the issues of problems, of houses. And you deal with those problems. You go back to the people. If you do not get the answers, go to them and say, I'm still busy with your problem. Can I cite an example? In Ward 76 in Umlazi, there were problems there about houses that were built by the municipality. Those houses does not have full infrastructure. There is no water, there is no electricity, and right now it means that if there is no water, there are no toilets. Now, you need to talk to the community. I had a meeting of about 500 people there. I explained to them that I'm here to take the problems, and then I'm going back to the project manager and the officials of houses. We sat down with them, the officials, we solved the problem. They told me that we have encountered problems with regard to the budget, but you go and tell the people, councillor, that we will then attend to their problem. What I'm trying to say is that people need to get the report, the feedback. No, they mustn't come with their problems to you. Either you fail to solve their problem, go and tell them that where are the hindrances. If you're able to solve their problems, go and give them the answer. Tomorrow, I have a meeting with Nedbank in Guadabera. Their houses are being sold. Some of their houses are being sold by people that they don't know. Some of them are being repossessed by the banks. But we follow that problem, myself and the MPL, Mr. Mazibugo. He's also a member of the IFP in Parliament. We got to know that the bank that is responsible now is Nedbank. We wrote so many emails. There is a correspondent. Finally, we get the appointment. We are meeting with Nedbank at 8 o'clock tomorrow. So right now, people are happy. They don't have an answer to say their problem has been solved. But that one alone, to say that the councillor and the MPL have gone all out and tried to make sure that they get these people, because it is a fact. They are not, most of the community members, they are not able to have emails or whatever. But we have that resources. So we have secured that appointment. We'll sit down with Nedbank. We'll solve the problem. Hopefully that people who are repossessing their houses will stop that one.
Well, that was very eloquent, and we hope that the meeting is going to go well. You actually answered the next question that I was going to ask you, which was in relation to how often do you have public engagement, and if so, when was the next one going to become? So I've understood actually that the next meeting is going to be in relation to housing, and you have a bank that you're going to be talking to, you as well as your other colleague in the party. That is very clear. And my next question will be...
Well, before you go to the next one, I must say that the how often part depends to you as a councillor. Do you like your job or not? Why I'm saying that, you will find people flocking into one and the same councillor. It's very difficult to go to their councillor or to their ward councillor because of their reception. If people come with their problems, we do not welcome them in a manner that they can feel that no, our councillor can be able to sit down with them. People just appreciate that you sit down with them and listen to them. I mean, there is no room. Most of our colleagues or of my colleagues, I'm talking about general councillor, they don't do that. So the often part, I'm a very busy person. As I'm here now, I have to go back to the office. Surely my PA will tell me that these are the people who wanted to see you, and I must arrange and go and see them. So it's about like your job. You have to love your job and love the people, because real people who are voting there, they are voting, even though people of South Africa, they are not voting with their minds, they are voting with their heart, which they need to stop that, because voting with minds and voting with heart is two different things. If you use your minds in terms of voting, you are saying, who can do better? I like this guy, and that is heart. But my mind is telling me that candidate B can do better. You know, those are the things that the community need to consider. They must now stop voting with their hearts. They must vote with their minds, because at the end of the day, we have very few people who have been called all over as councillors to come and attend programs. Other colleagues of us, people will tell you that we don't know them. We don't know them since 4 years ago.
Thank you. My question was on the importance of engaging with the public, because I've seen that as you continue to express how much you engage with the public, a lot of answers start coming up, a lot of people's needs start coming up. So how much would you encourage councillors to engage with the public? And in that engagement, how would you describe the role of the community in that engagement?
Well, as a councillor, let me tell you the procedure in the IFP. Firstly, let me begin by saying, as a councillor, you sit in a certain committees. I sit in human settlement. I also sit in executive committee. And then you go to a council meeting whereby decisions of the council are being taken. Now, what does that mean? It means you need to go back to the community and report. It might not be all the community of Ethekwini, but maybe there will be an issue that talks to the community A. You need to go to that community and say, here is a project that needs you to be engaged on. And we also sit in ward committees. Fortunately, I stay in Ward 33 in Mbilo. I'm a PR councillor. It means I'm part of that meeting, whereby we sit with people who are representing the community. They come with problems and say, we have problems, we need speed arms here. Then as councillors sitting in that meeting in the ward committee, we then assist them to say, okay, you go to so and so, I've made an appointment for you. You talk to the department or roads. I remember there was an issue that was reported to me that so many years other political parties or other councillors failed to resolve in Chatsworth, whereby there is a road whereby cars are speeding, and then a certain family, they've got problem that most of the time the cars are causing problems into their house, knocking the house. Now, I attended to that one. It's about knowing where to go to as a councillor. Now, they do get what we call something to protect their house. So you go back to the community and report. It's important also for them not to wait for the councillor to come. They must pick up the phone. We've got phone numbers. They must phone. Councillor, I've got a problem here. Can you able to help me? I'm sitting with so many problems whereby people are SMSing me all over Ethekwini, simply because they know that a certain community told them that Councillor Nkosi can help you. It's important also for them not to wait, but they must worry us because we're getting paid to service them as a community. So if you're a councillor, you are responsible to service the community. Whereas on the other hand as well, you also need to take some duties of the political party, but the community needs us most of the time.
Another thing, Mr. Nkosi, is that you are a family man, as I can see, outside of the EXCO, outside of the political party. You have a family, you have people that rely on you for a lot of things. How would you describe Councillor Nkosi in his personal basis?
Well, when it comes to the family, I think it's important that your family need to understand your job. Because as I'm sitting with you, tomorrow I must go to Lady Smith. I will sleep over there because there is an interview at 4:30 in the morning. Now the family need to understand that you go there, you go to perform your duties. Now you need to be honest to your family. So then if the deployment calls you to go to Johannesburg, I'm going to Johannesburg on the 31st and also on the 4th. We are going to celebrate the 40th anniversary on the 1st as IFP. We're going to do door-to-door on the 31st in Soweto and also surround you. Now, if we are a leader, you must be a leader of an integrity. It's important that you do not say, I'm going to Pinetown office, whereas you are at Umhlanga. I'm talking about know your story. Don't lie to your family, because once you begin to lie, your family will not trust you. And on Sunday, I'm going to escort at 8 o'clock. I have to be there. I have a meeting. Then 12 o'clock, I'm 11 o'clock. In fact, I'm in Lady Smith on Sunday as well. So the smaller time you have, use it with the family. And then the bigger time that you have, that we dedicated to service the community, use it properly to the community. That's what I can say. You need to balance the two. And it takes me to a point whereby people like Mr. Madonsela in Gwamyand, who is responsible for park homes there and who's helping the small business people there, cleaning the area, will then have a platform to say, now we are sitting with 375 rand. Then people like him, he's not employed by the municipality, but he's doing everything for the community. He's helping other local business people. I mean, I do believe this platform will assist them, and also us as councillors, people, I mean, will able to know, because it's very rare whereby you sit with the media, you explain what is it that you are doing. So I really appreciate that this platform will help us as councillors, so then they know what we are doing, where our offices, as well as the community will also get an opportunity to engage us. Hopefully they will also have that opportunity to engage us on one-on-one, asking questions, having a live interviews. Yes, but thank you so much for that opportunity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nkosi.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Very valuable advice coming from the councillor there. Mr. Nkosi, it's been a pleasure having you at our show, Local Government TV Councillor Talk. Thank you very much for watching the show. We encourage you to join us again the following week. Thank you very much, and I'll give Mr. Nkosi to give his word of thanks also.
Well, thank you so much to grant the opportunity to the community, because for me, I see this as an opportunity to the community, because they need to know what we are doing. You are watching Local Government TV.